folks. Good evening. Welcome back to the Amphitheater. It is our lovely bi-weekly Thursday romp through Dustfall. If it's anything like usual, a bloodbath through Dustfall continues. But we'll get there. Not to worry. But yes, this is Blood In, Blood Out, our Blaze of the Dark campaign. We're excited to be back here with all of you. We're down one Gremlin Art, who's traveling and doing the good stuff that they do. So make sure to go and support her because she's fucking amazing, and then hire her for all your incredible art wants and needs, because when you see it, you'll need it because it's that fucking good. Too much talent. It's like ridiculous. Anyway, couple of announcements, Amphitheater related, before we go around and say who we are. So if you've been living under a rock, we just announced our new D&D campaign coming on the 30th of August. Fields of Wonder, a Tal'Dorei campaign. Cannot wait for you to meet our cast collection of a few folks that you may have seen around the Amphitheater, and some definitely net new folks to the TTRPG space. So really excited about offering up some new voices and some new stories to be told. So I'll be starting at on the 30th of August at 8 p.m. Eastern time, right here, led by our wonderful Philadelphia. So really stoked about that. Of course, this is episode 5, so where did 1 through 4 go? Well, the good news is we have a YouTube channel that you should go take a look at and subscribe and watch all 4 of the ridiculousness that we do before tonight, as we get into all of that. Lastly, AMGMs will be coming back in a few weeks, date to be determined. So if you missed Smitty and Bill cutting it up in the morning, maybe at a new time, you can expect them to continue to do that, and maybe a few changes in regards to that particular show. So stay tuned for all of that. So lastly, I'll just say hello again. Jacob Blick here, be welcome Jacob on the internets. I use he, him pronouns. And I'm playing Isaac Teddy Sutherland. He is he of the he, they pronouns, and he is the group's hound. Hannah, who are you and who are you playing?
Hello, I'm Hannah. I use she, her pronouns. I am completely blanking because I can't get Roll20 up. I am come back to me. I am prepared.
It's all good.
Coming
back to you, Josh.
Hi. That's good enough for me. No. Hi, I'm Josh, aka Saverick. Use he, they pronouns, and tonight, once again, I'm reprising my personal role as Ivanti Reiter, aka Hush, who is the group's lurk.
Fantastic. Hannah, round 2. You're a leech.
I'm a leech. I remember I am signing into Roll20 right now. I was running into issues with my webcam, and it caused a little slight delay, which is why I'm streaming from an iPad, which, I'm sure everybody wants to know.
We love info like that.
I'm a leech. Dr. Perdita Glimmerdusk.
There we go.
I like bodies, not the living kind.
No.
And I'm a leech, which means that I am probably going to find out how to procure your body, specifically your bones.
Love that for you.
So anyway, that's what we're doing tonight. Also use the she, her pronouns. And that's all I have. Thank you. Woohoo.
We love it. Go team. Yes, if there's anything that Dustfall needs, is a cheerleading squad. Save us from ourselves, Nate. Who are you? What are you doing here?
I can't save anybody from anything. What's going on, everybody? I'm Nathan. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm the narrator for this amazing crew. Again, we are working in Blades in the Dark, Forged in the Dark system by Evil Hat Games. And just as a content warning, this is a mature audience's kind of Everdark campaign. You're going to hear things, body horror, could be self-harm, issues of self-harm, not actively on screen, but you may see the remnants of it, violence, things like that. So if those are not things that you think you can handle this time, this is probably not going to be the stream for you. But we just like to tell everybody up front that this will be a mature audience's thing. Again, playing Blades in the Dark, campaign is Blood In, Blood Out. In episode 5, we will now begin with A Body Turns Cold.
We are live.
You're muted.
Oh, I think we're back.
Maybe-
About the
Nate?
time that I read and my brain comprehended Josh saying we're back, I was like, Josh, you're mute. Oh, wait. Never mind. Professional.
Yo, we out here, gang, gang.
All right. So
This is
Blazing
why-
Dark usually works based off two different things. We go on scores, which are missions, and then we go back to downtime, kind of rotating between those two things. Usually that happens at the beginning of an episode, but this case we actually pushed a little farther because we only played for a couple hours, and we didn't finish the episode. So what we're going to do now is finish up this one, this score, so to speak, and close out. We're probably going to go a little shorter tonight. One, because we're down Lynn, and just some issues. We're trying to make sure people have the ability to jump in, do this, and move on. So once again, thank you all for joining us tonight. So where we left off with this crew is our crew broke into Ironhook Prison in order to find Lavender, who is Dr. Glimmerdusk's daughter. This is where they originally found Lavender, and several of the other crew members that turned on them broke them out of prison. So now they broke back into prison, and it was an easy deal to break into prison. Well, what they did not know is the warden, who is related to Lavender in another way, and has a previous hook into Lavender, so to speak, was prepared for this and set them up for failure. So the crew was betrayed on the entrance, found out who betrayed them, and Perdita killed that person basically without much of a thought. I don't even know that we remember that. It was so quick and moved right on.
I literally didn't.
Then the crew fought their way out of guards that were trying to basically stop them from going down the stairs, went out to the main hall. So if you think about Ironhook Prison as a large central flat plain with open air cells along the sides and a central building that's multiple stories. They fought their way down through the stories and were able to go out into the open yard, so to speak, where basically all the prisoners were just let out. Lavender was found to be tied up into a cart in the middle of the yard, and our crew basically forced the prisoners back. Were fighting back against the guards and seemed to be doing pretty well until we had some pretty bad rolls. They even used the help of their side crew, their cohort, so to speak, who is led by Jonathan, who is Perdita's brother. And they were fighting back pretty well. We got some rolls down, and then we had a fated roll with Nell. And
did we?
Nell had taken a lot of damage the time before and was up to basically 3 out of 4 on the wound chart. Took another hit and has passed. I'm unsure. So we're leaving off now with Nell, where Nell had been pulled over Teddy's body like this, and both Perdita and Avanti were trying to figure out how to get out. Basically, they're trying to figure out a way to get out because the front doors are blocked. The cohort has kind of been pinned down by some snipers, and so we're now at that portion. Now, usually I only roll once, and that kind of shows where we start in the score. This being a little different, we're all going to make another roll though right now because I just find it fun.
I respect that.
What I'm going to need to have is some different rolls. So let's focus in. Teddy, you have Nell flopped over your back. Can you explain what does Teddy look like right now?
So Teddy's wearing his traditional overalls attached to these army-looking cargo pants, and a kind of slack-looking long sleeve khaki shirt, backwards ball cap, and dark skin, and he's a bit perturbed right now because he went from being a little bit shocked that Nell got shot in front of him, and then trying to get her body out of the way. She just crows up on sitting on his shoulder and starts to choke him.
So during that last second, as you picked her up, you looked up into the window of one of the sniper vantage points. We call them towers. There's 3 towers there that have snipers that are shooting out at you, and you absolutely recognize the gun pointing out of it. It is your old gun from before you were betrayed. And as the shot rings out, you are taken aback by that, only to find Nell not slumped over your shoulder, but you find they have pushed themselves up. And they pushed themselves up, you felt nails, not dig into your back, but just use your back as a way to kind of push themselves up.
Sure.
And they're now sitting on top of your shoulder looking down at you.
Yeah. Dark eyes, I believe, if I recall correctly.
like a shark's eye.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
Drop them.
Okay. So yeah, you absolutely drop them, and
what the fuck?
So Nell is a slight individual, doesn't weigh much, wears rags and different agglomerations of clothing,
Sure.
dark hair kind of pushed forward onto their eyes, and you see where their hands are. Again, long, grotesque nails have formed out of each one of their fingers, and they push up on those nails first and kind of scuttle up, not standing up like a human would, but almost like a cat would. And they turn their head toward you, and there's a malevolence and a malicious smile on their face.
I point my rifle at her.
Okay, so I guess are you going to take an action? Go ahead, do what you're going to do. It's fine.
What are you?
They kind of lunge at you.
Pow.
Okay. Go ahead. This is not, you don't even have to roll because this is narrative control. The shot goes off and the black powder kind of sprays everywhere, and their body spins and kind of comes back to rest up against the side of one of the iron bars, and they look down at this place that should be bleeding, but it is not, in the side of their body, and they kind of, with their nails, they tenderly touch it. And then they look at you and they say, "We knows you." And they turn as quick as you've ever seen anything, probably quicker than most humans that you've ever seen, and spin out of the bars, like spin out away from the bars into the yard and grab someone and start climbing up the wall. Almost like skittering up a wall, like you'd see a spider grabbing a moth.
He'll take a breath in, and it's just like probably the first time in a long time, like absolute bewilderment.
Yeah. It's like the reverse Wilhelm scream, was that person gets carted up the wall and like over the wall. Not human, not ability. No, that's not a thing.
Do I still see my gun?
Yeah. Yes, you do. So I'm going to need you to do this. When you shot the being known as Nell, I'm going to need a roll from you. Let me see what I want to do here. Usually I don't do this, so this is a little different. Again, we're dealing with higher forces. So do you have anything in resolve? What is your resolve resist?
I don't have anything in any of them.
You don't have a single pip?
Nope.
Okay. I need a resolve resist.
Okay.
Let's see where this goes. And this is just the pure force. Okay, so 5.
I'll take that 5.
Yeah. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to take 1 stress from the thought process of seeing what just happened, and I think it's so quick, mainly only you saw it. Like you
Sure.
kind of, I think there's a thought where you like look around to see if Avanti and Perdita see it, and they're busy trying to duck and dodge and get out of the line of these shots.
For sure.
Okay, so yes, you can definitely take a look at where your rifle is, and we're gonna spin to the next.
Sure.
The good doctor. You now have Lavender in your arms, kind of pushed back away. You're being pinned down for some. You're being pinned down by some suppressive fire from some of these sniper points. Your brother Jonathan is up on the walls firing back, but again, the last roll they did, I think they got a 2. They failed to get something out, so it's not looking good for them either. What's running through your head?
Perdita will honestly just be relieved about Lavender. This seems very surmountable, because at the end of the day, that's probably the only thing she genuinely cared about.
Yeah.
So this isn't going to perturb her at all.
And I think it doesn't. The shots and the things don't perturb her at all. I think that the thing that may give her a slight pause, and a slight pause only, is across the courtyard, the large door opens up, that from where the cells were leading up into the other section, and out steps an impossibly tall person, in dark trench coat, alabaster skin, and with long white hair, that you know to be the warden. And they step out and open up the door and look over at you and start walking in your direction.
Perdita will start walking towards him.
Okay, sounds good. And Avanti. So Avanti, what are you trying? You had came out. You did some suppressing fire. I believe you even helped kind of get people out of the way, for some different things. You've been trying to do lots of different things. What is Avanti's mindset? What does Avanti look like, and what's his mind state?
Avanti's probably just a dirty mess at this point, I would assume. Just hands and face caked in black powder, just from all the shots firing out.
Yeah.
Knows that Nell's down, and now we see the warden coming, getting shot from up high, and feeling kind of like this is probably the last call at this point.
Do you wanna? Would Avanti try to look for a way out?
I don't think he would. I think he would probably do his best to try to help everybody else get out.
Yeah. Sorry, not for themselves, not
Right.
not for Avanti, but for you all. Looks like maybe you're the person that is angled in that direction. Maybe has the ability to think around, not be so focused on one thing that's in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like Nell is down. Teddy seems to be carrying after Nell, and then focusing on the snipers. Perdita is focused on the warden. As you see the warden step out, you're like, oh shit, that's okay. I know where that's gonna go. So, what would Avanti be using to try to like figure out a way out of this mess?
I think if the sniper's the main thing that's keeping us down right now, then he's probably going to go that direction. And I could use my ghost veil ability even at that point to try to get up to it as quick as possible.
Okay.
And just try to give them all a chance to get out of here.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna make that happen, and then so Perdita, you are walking straight toward the warden, and the warden is walking out, cool, calm, collected, like nothing's going on. Long black trench coat. Even has a vest, some kind of cinch vest there down across his chest, and walks out with long strides that make quick work of the middle, and kind of is standing in the middle waiting for you to come to them. Are you saying anything? Are you doing anything as you walk up?
Purdy would definitely be like chanting under her breath something from her studies, invoking the old gods.
Okay.
This is definitely like the moment for her.
Yeah, I think the warden does the little side eye and says, "They will not help you. They are gone for a reason." And nobody should be able to hear what you're saying. Nobody should understand that. That's not a thing that should happen.
Yeah, but she knows. She knows what the warden is.
What is he?
Hey,
Just an asshole is what he is.
spoiler.
Yeah, fuck this guy.
Just checking.
Spoilers.
They stand there and basically say just that and kind of give a wry smirk. And I think they look at you and say, "Where is she? Did you leave her back there? Bring her up here."
What do you want with her?
What I want with everyone. Control.
You had her for years.
Yeah. It's no fun.
You kept her locked in a cage for years.
She should be locked in a cage. Look at what she is.
Look at what we all are.
Yes, but some of us are much, much more.
See, your ego hasn't taken any hits recently.
People always thinking we have egos. I guess when you live as long as us, you do.
Right. What is all this about?
I don't know. It was so fun when we used to have our little battles. I would take her, you would take her back. Then that all went away for so long. I got bored. You intrigue me. He kind of has his hand up like this, stopping fire as he's standing there talking.
Like gunfire?
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
it's like
He's holding back the snipers, like, stop.
okay.
You all are free to do what you want. I'm just telling you what they are doing. He says, "I got bored. I heard you may be in the life. Wanted to see."
Didn't want to write me a letter or any of the old things we would do. You couldn't just kill a bird.
I could, but that would get old too.
But everything gets old to you. I will
Alas.
get old to you.
I know. She will not.
Oh, how boring.
It is. It is truly
Ugh.
boring. That's why I thought you were something new. I thought you were something different.
Of course, I'm not different. Like everything else that dies.
That is correct.
So you want her because she'll live like you. And you can manipulate her and mold her.
Well, I wanted her to get to know you as well. See why she should come and listen to what I have to say.
I'm sure she'll listen to you.
Yes, but she has too much of you in her.
Her humanity will always be her downfall, I guess.
It is for all of you.
That's fair. What's the end game here?
I kill you all. I take her back.
That's so cute, though. Of course, that's going to be the ultimate end game. If we all die anyway, how is that special? How is that unique?
It's the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
I will say, you are always quite predictable. But
And what do you predict will happen here?
unfortunately, there's more at play than just you and me in this little playground. But I tell you what, why don't we let her come up and talk to you, and we'll see what happens.
That's fine. So, content warning on appearance of self-harm. When Perdita cut themselves trying to summon Diamadred, the demon of wind, last session, the one that failed. Where did you cut yourself at?
She cut her forearms.
Forearms, yeah. So you feel that start to flare, and you feel the blood start to slowly leak down your arms, and you feel it for the first time now as a trickle of blood slowly makes its way down your arm and into your palm.
She's been bleeding out this whole time.
No,
She
you absolutely
stopped
have not.
bleeding.
You had stopped bleeding when the summons came. When the summons quit, you stopped bleeding.
Okay,
Now you started bleeding again.
cool. All right. Recognizing what's happening to her, Perdita would probably not even attempt to shield her wounds or hide them from him. Nor will she try to superficially stop them from bleeding.
Okay. Let's cut over Avanti. So what do you want to do? There's a conversation going on, but you know that when that conversation stops, the hail of bullets will start to rain down again. What are you making ready to do?
I was going after that main sniper that was pinning us down, but
Yep.
Everything just sort of stopped all of a sudden.
It is, but you've been in enough situations to know that this is not going to end in a talk. Like, you know that you're going to have to perform action in order to get out of here.
Let me continue on in that direction as stealthily as I can, because I want to get up close and personal if possible.
Okay. That's fine. Why don't you go ahead and give me a roll? And then, Teddy, what are you doing as they're having this conversation? Again, like I told Ivante, you know that this is not going to end in a talk. This is going to end in an action of some kind need to be made. So what action is Teddy ready to take?
Okay, so how far am I from the conversation at this point?
You're probably half a yard away, which is, risky and standard, which is probably 20 meters, 25 meters.
Okay.
Oh,
And
no.
with the exception of the starting off hot, are we?
Oh no!
Okay.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, between me and Ollie, I'm just like, all I see is we're getting the fuck out of here. Like, I don't care about any of this shit at all.
So are you looking are you looking for a way out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So go ahead and give
Don't
me.
get me wrong. I'm not gonna leave everyone.
No.
But, I'm.
Yeah. Okay. So understanding what you understand about Nell leaving, you know that you don't have to worry about them like carrying them out. What kind of
Right.
role are you going to give me to find a way out?
This feels like a survey to me.
I believe so.
And I can't push because I have 9 stress already. You know what? Let's devil's bargain me, Nate. Let's go.
Oh man.
Oh man.
The sniper's going to get a shot off.
I mean, based on my roll, it's probably going to happen regardless. So.
But at you. The sniper is going to get a shot off at you.
Nah, it's okay. I already got 1 harm. Let me not this time.
That's the first devil's bargain you've turned down.
It is ever, and it was not worth it because I got a 4. Well, it's still a success.
Yeah, it's still a success. Still a success.
It's still a success.
Okay, so you find a way on. You know that the front doors, like you can't go through the front doors. They've been barricaded, but there seems to be a side, like a side gate in the doorway around the corner there where you can get to. But as the complication is, you'll have to either have a key, break it down, or bust a lock in order to get out. So the complication is you know what you have to do. You have to make another roll in order to get out.
Got it.
Okay. So you're looking.
I think
Go
I'll yell out essentially like, working on exit. Whenever you're both ready.
Okay. So I think that's
Also, I may have shot Nell, but they were dead, and now they attacked me. Just being transparent.
So I think Avanti, you hear that as you kind of like turn your head to what's he talking about, and that's when the warden looks over at you, Avanti, and says, kind of puts his hand down a little bit. And it's like, no, do not go anywhere. And looks over at you and says, so, Doctor, are we going to finish this game?
Yes.
So, when you say the word yes, you feel a breeze flick across your body and across your forearms in particular. Not a cool, refreshing mountain breeze or a nice, easy spring breeze. It's the kind that on a hot, humid day still hits you in the face and you're like, what in the world? And the blood that's running down your arm actually kind of flickers to the left as the wind cuts around you and hits it. You hear in your ear, I've come, but there will be a cost. Use my power.
So that just happened.
Yeah.
Okay. With that in mind, she would basically drop a cyclone immediately on the warden
Okay.
if she
All right.
could.
Yeah. No, I think the feeling is the blood as it hits your palm dissipates, and you feel particles like wet microscopic particles start to spin in your palm. And as you look down, you see it's like a freaking blood cyclone or tornado in your hand, and you know what you can do with it. All right, so let's make some rolls. Let's see where we're gonna go. So all three of you are going to try to make some rolls here to get us out, or see what's going to happen. I have no clue. So Purdy, what are you going to use in order to
Booze. Needs booze.
booze? That's fine. What kind of roll are you going to use in order to find out this new power you have?
We're gonna study the hell out of it. That's what we're gonna use.
We're going to study it.
Study. We're
Okay.
studying. Because that we have 2 pips in, and
And that's
and
what we're
this-
going to do. Yeah, we're going to play the
Yep.
system.
We love
Alright.
yep, we love that. We love that.
this is the culmination of years of practice and work trying to attune to the dead gods.
Absolutely. Okay.
And defeating this motherfucker is pretty high up there on the to-do list. So,
All right.
can I
So
say
cool.
that on your channel?
Yes, you fucking can.
Okay, great.
All right. So you're going to roll a study. Avanti, what are you going to? You've been found by the warden. You see the flicker in. I think there's a look that passes between Perdita and Avanti, as in go time. What are you going to do?
I think it'd be bold to assume that Avanti has any connection. You know, he would understand that. But
Mhm.
Where is Lavender in all this?
I think
Question.
that Lavender was probably walking. And tell me if I'm wrong, Perdita. I think Lavender was walking out from where you all were toward Perdita, but had not gotten there yet.
Yeah, I think the Lavender was definitely hanging back.
Yeah.
And like they had discussed like summoning her, but that hadn't
Yeah.
like she hadn't been summoned yet. So she's
Yeah.
probably like lingering.
So she's probably closer to Teddy, but she's basically between Teddy. I want to say it's like a triangle. I think Teddy is toward the back, and Perdita is in the middle, and you were like around one of the sides. So you're pretty close to her, close enough to do what you want to do.
I mean, if I see potentially that the kid could be harmed, I'm probably going to try to put myself between the warden and Lavender.
Yeah, I mean, if she walks out in the middle of this yard,
I mean-
she could be shot, or the warden could definitely do something to her too. Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't
That
know.
flickers across your face.
Yeah. I don't know how. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 stress already.
Get on my level, Josh.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I think I'm going to. So like, I begin to like rush towards this person who's getting ready to assault our group with my gun out, and all of a sudden just in that like Nightcrawler-esque sort of black cloud.
Hell yeah.
Mhm.
And
Let's go.
and appear
Love it.
in front of Lavender with my pistol raised at the bad warden, and that will put my stress at 9.
Okay. Are you going to fire a shot at the warden? You're going to fire a shot somewhere, or are you just trying to get out?
I'm firing a shot at the warden.
Okay.
'Cause fuck
So you're
this
going to
guy.
you're going to fire a shot. Teddy, let's go to you real quick. What are you doing as this all unfolds?
So Teddy's not exactly a lock-picking sort, but he knows someone that is. He just... Ollie, are you having enough fun tonight? I certainly am not. Mind helping your old man out? And he just whistles, and there's a kind of a confirmation bark. And Ollie on his side has like a small like lock-picking set on like it's like a small sack over his shoulder, and Ollie's gonna pick the lock.
Okay.
Jump to it anyway.
Go ahead and roll it up. Everybody start to make your rolls, and let's see where we are, see where we end up, and play the fiction from there.
Fiction. This is real life, Nate. What are you talking about?
Nate, I
Mhm.
have a question.
Yes.
Since my role is basically being informed by like, a god, how does that change my terms for my role?
So I think it's the problem is it is being informed by both a god and a demon, but you're going up against a demon as well. So I think it's going to be I think it's going to be desperate and greater effect. Big swing. And we'll see where it lands as far as what the warden does.
Damn, Jesus.
5.
Double
Okay.
5s. We love that.
Okay. All right. So that's
he
one
dead?
roll.
Not that easy, huh?
No. Is it? Is yeah, no. All right. Teddy, make your roll.
So here's a question. So there's a hunting pet roll thing that I've not used yet,
Okay.
but which would I assume just roll like one dice, I guess. But I don't know what the sort of, we've been kind of playing it cutting loose a little bit, so I don't know what I should be rolling for this.
I don't know either. I mean, I think it's
Because I would argue this is something that I've trained him to do.
okay.
So that should probably at least give me another dice, but
That's fine. Yeah. That's fine. Let's go with that. All right.
cool. Thank
And
fucking God I negotiated that.
All right. And Avanti, what is your roll?
I was trying to figure out which skill I was going to use here exactly.
5.
Guess I'll have to use. Well, no, I can't use that.
Is this prowl? Is it hunt?
I was thinking it was proud just for the fact of how I initiated the combat.
Yeah. No, I think it's fine. I think it's
Um,
prowl.
Otherwise, I would disagree entirely, but I think given this case, it would be. Yeah, 5, I'll take it.
Fives all the way around. So in an explosion of action, the following happens. The doors, Teddy, for you, you and Ollie are able to figure out the lock. It's not a complicated thing, but you're able to figure it out and open it up. And you're standing in front of the door with the door open on your way out. Kind of, you're waiting to get everyone out, and everyone starts running in your direction. Avanti, you crack off a shot at the warden, and you see it hit what appeared to be flesh in their arm, and then you like turn and duck and probably grab Lavender and start heading for the door, I'd imagine.
Sure.
Tell me if I'm wrong.
No, you're probably right. This half-demon child probably doesn't need my help at all, but we're going to assume.
I mean, that's kind of what I figured. I was like, all right.
So, and then Perdita,
I'm probably making
This-
things worse at this point.
That might be the hardest I've ever seen Hannah
She
laugh
summoned
in
her own demon.
ever.
She's
Right.
really good.
yeah. So
So
Perdita,
anime.
this blood cyclone, basically for all intents and purposes, fills up your hand and you fling it out at the warden, and you see it picks up dust, debris, everything as it's flung toward them, and almost like it's like made of sand. I think that the blood crystallizes and whips at him and whips all around him and pushes him back up against the wall. And when you see him again, his alabaster skin has like been scraped raw, and underneath is like an onyx. It's the same. The skin underneath his skin appears to be the same as what the actual Ironhook prison is made of. It's like the same material that is Ironhook, and you see it cascading in like those multitude of scratches and scrapes and everything. This onyx gleams through and almost twinkles a little bit. And now that you see him up against the wall, you see it's like he's made of the same exact stuff that Ironhook
He's
prison is made
blending
of.
in.
It's like his skin. It's like his bones are made of the same material that Ironhook is, and the onyx was skin over top of it.
Really?
Yeah. So, and your knowledge, you know that demons are formed from elements, and then can put human-type visages over top of those elements. So it's your kind of first look at what the element that is that they are made of is, and you figure it's probably the onyx from the meteorite that is made up of Ironhook Prison. But it does extreme amount of damage. I think it pushes him back up against there. But when he goes back, his hand goes to the wall, like sticks to the wall by the power of the wind. But he flicks out like this, and chunks of the wall, a huge chunk of the wall, just comes crashing out. I think what actually happens is the tower is right there, and he just flicks his wrist, and the tower begins to fall in y'all's direction.
Oh, of course it does.
And that's where we're all going to take some harm. So
Really?
You too? You too?
We're-
You're gonna take some
me
harm?
too. Me
Everybody
too.
take harm?
I'm writing it down now. Here I go. Oh, it's bad. It's so
This is
bad.
so many new things. Nate has
So
to roll
much
more than
harm.
once. Nate has to take harm. Like just new things here.
I
in
don't
season
like
three.
this.
No, no,
I don't
no,
like
no.
the system.
No,
This is
guys,
not,
guys, this is like Oprah distributing harm. You get harm. You get
Yeah. Right.
That's what happens is this big tall tower kind of comes like this, and you hear it creaking, and all of a sudden it boom, and the stones go everywhere like a grenade hits. Everyone at this point takes level 2
Okay.
harm. If you have armor, you can use it. You can resist.
Super take armor.
You can resist through a physical way if you want as well. So there are options for you.
Yeah, I'll super take armor.
Okay. So what's it look like for Teddy as the rock's hitting it, as it all kind of cascades down? Show us what that looks like on camera.
He will kind of seeing it, and he'll kind of whistle for Ollie to speed up, and he'll sort of push Ollie out of the way and take some of the and he'll sort of dive like he's like diving into home plate.
Yeah.
With the full purpose of trying to protect and get his head out from up under the debris and have it take like it all in the chest. So he sort of like takes and like it hurts and like it probably takes his breath away for a second. And but he's alive, and that's enough for him.
Okay. And Avanti?
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Could I take Lavender's harm for her?
You certainly can.
We just say that this person doesn't need help. I love this.
I feel like she'll be okay. I don't think you need to take her harm. She'll probably just eat that harm, like some people eat Wheaties.
for fucking breakfast.
The words have been spoken. Now,
I think Avanti would still probably win.
I love
Avanti
it.
doesn't.
I love
And
it.
Avanti
It's a
didn't
choice.
hear.
such
Avanti
a
didn't hear the
good man.
conversation.
It's a
To
good bean.
Avanti, she's a kid. She's a kid trying to get to Perdita. Like he wouldn't have heard the conversation, some of the things that transpired, or even understand what the what the background is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
what the
think
background.
Avanti
Amazing.
knows. Avanti knows that Perdita's in some weird shit. So like, I feel like
Right. But knowing that you're into some weird shit and recognizing that the child could be half demon, probably a large leap. Like that's it's like.
I think you're all in the wrong direction concerning.
Do you think it would even matter?
It wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, with Avanti,
such a good man.
he likes Perdita, even though they like have like a bickering kind of relationship, I guess I should say. And we're here specifically for Lavender. So
That's true.
if he knows that by one, helping the child, and two, taking care of Perdita's interests are the main reason they're here, then
It's fair.
he's more than willing to take that bump
No,
on
yeah.
his head. Yeah, I don't
No,
think
I
it has
love it.
anything to do with
I think that makes sense.
any of
No.
that stuff.
So your
Totally.
level is level 3 harm.
Okay.
Do you have something to stop it?
I do have armor, but I don't. I mean, that brings it down to what, level 2, I guess.
Yeah, level 2.
The question also on top of that is, I have like level 1 already.
Uh-huh.
So how does
You can take 2, right?
So because it moves down to level 2, you're okay. It only bumps up if you've done both, if you filled both of those out.
Okay.
So because you have basically now you have one level 1 harm, you have a level 2 harm, and then check your armor. So what does this look like? Tell me what this looks like on camera as this happens.
Can I make it look super cool? Because I just
You-
want to.
please
Oh
do.
yeah.
Please
so
do.
I'm seeing like the
Good.
pieces of this this ebon like stone falling, and he's got her up in his arms, and like as one piece falls, like he'll run up the side of it and try to leap off to another piece that's fallen down.
Damn.
Sort of like bamping back and forth
Yeah.
almost.
Very Kingdom Hearts.
And when he sees like there's that massive part that just he knows that he could not avoid with the child in his arms, he sort of like just sort of pushes her off, and as like she's like moving backwards, her hair flowing around her, like he just feels the whole impact against his back and just slams him to the ground.
Fucking awesome. Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing. So
All right,
cool.
so she goes tumbling backwards, probably into her tea kettle, and probably lands back there by you, Teddy. And then I would think that Avanti is kind of slowly pushing themselves up off the ground a little bit. Perdita, so you have
Yes.
level 2 harm coming your way. What are you doing anything about that?
I don't think she necessarily has armor.
Mhm.
Just because that's not something that she's historically used.
Mhm.
Um,
Oh yeah.
she has a lot of like tools, and she has like a tactical vest, but not like armor.
Right.
So, with everything falling, she probably would like be turning towards to like get like line of sight on Lavender, and then potentially like ducking, but basically still trying to concentrate on maintaining her connection and the power of the cyclone.
Absolutely.
So she's not going to like, I mean, it would be the kind of thing where she's still standing there trying to like keep that going with like the stuff falling around her.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
And
All right.
hopefully the power of the wind is also keeping it from hitting her, because Omi doesn't have armor. So
Yeah.
and if I could like not die tonight, that would be like really awesome. But we're prepared for things.
That would be great.
There is
I'd
that.
be really
There's that.
stoked.
There's that.
Yeah, if
Um,
everybody's like planning on like playing
Yeah.
new characters, like let's just like talk about it.
So I
haven't
think
really done that
let's
yet,
do this.
so-
Let's we're gonna roll like a concentration check, basically, kind of to see if you keep hold of this spell, this wind power that you have. You just got hurt. You're trying with all your might. You're worried about Lavender. You not worried, but your mind is where is she? I think we're gonna need some kind of roll to see if you can keep this up as you all back out of this place, or if all this has knocked that control out of Perdita. What do you think you would roll to do that?
So I'm a real big fan of study.
I know
But,
that. I don't think study has a
I
place
think
here.
that,
You tell
like,
me that.
Attune.
There you go. Okay,
That makes sense.
that sounds like a better roll. Seems like it fits a little better.
Risky and standard.
Yeah, risky and standard at this point.
I'm giving myself a harm though, because that last bit of stress
Oof.
is giving me a level 1 harm. I think.
The last bit of I'm sorry.
Like if
You
I
trauma?
Yeah, it's a trauma. Oh yeah,
Okay.
I got trauma now.
Okay, trauma.
I love us so much. We're like, yay, trauma!
Trauma.
All right. So you will end up getting a trauma out of this. You'll pick
Sweet.
one.
That's about
Unless
right.
you know one offhand, do you know what you were going to do? Do you know what it's going to be?
Probably vicious.
You already have all of them in your character set.
Yeah, right.
Josh.
So how does this as the camera
Extra soft you don't have, so
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
take
exactly.
that one as your opposite.
I love this
We
game so
had
much.
We had tea.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't say that you're like a bad person, but you are
And
really
we-
cold
and we
and
sports.
haunted.
And then
Yeah.
we sports. We sports a lot. We sports so hard.
You're reckless, unstable. Don't
So,
you're stable.
when you're watching an anime, you see an emotion come across someone's face, you can clearly see what this is.
Don't fucking act like you're surprised.
This is some Maury Povich ass shit.
How
I love
does
it.
how does vicious play across Perdita's face in this moment?
Josh.
And we're gonna need to go to
I don't even
counseling.
know.
We're gonna need to go to group counseling. That's the downtime. Y'all-
That's the
wait.
downtime. Yeah.
Tune in 2 weeks when we go to
I
counseling.
I shot a PC,
We have one PC
which is
shooting
definitely
another.
something I don't think I've ever shot another PC before in any TTRPG on stream at least. Anyway,
All right, so
We're a
how
mess.
does vicious play across Perdita's face at this moment? How does the camera and the audience know that something's changed within her, even slightly?
I don't know. Probably
something has
because
changed within me.
Both of you assumed that we would notice.
I love y'all so much.
oh, I got it. Okay, I got it.
Got him.
The bones that she wears, from
You wear bones? Like, where did this happen?
I think that
I
is
just nodded
something
my head
that
knowing
we
it. I was like,
did
all
not
right.
know
Yeah.
about Perdita.
No, wait a second.
Oh yes, just
Back
those
it up.
bones,
Wait.
just
Back
those
it up, back it
bones
up,
that
back
she
it up.
wears. What the fuck?
I was just gonna be like, all right,
You
yeah,
need to
sure.
flash back somewhere? Like,
Yo, yeah, take 2 more stress. We gotta flash back and you buying those.
Buying them. She's hand
Yeah,
carved
right. She
them.
didn't buy that. Right. Just took them.
Yeah, she's had those
Oh
forever.
my god, what a fucking moment that was.
Fucking
I gotta go back
casual.
and clip that.
So
I gotta go back
fucking
and clip
casual.
that.
Of all the things that happened, we're like, yeah, bones. Yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
Okay.
it's like
Near
the
death
bones
experience.
everywhere.
Yeah, that's totally. Yeah, that's
We've been
pretty good.
shot at. We've been betrayed 3 or 4 times now. But the most shocking thing about this campaign is bones.
This string of bones like a Halloween ornament around her neck. All right, yeah. That's,
not coming back from the dead allegedly. Not me shooting her. Bones.
Oh, okay, I'm done. I'm sorry.
yeah, that works. Bones.
No,
okay.
this is amazing.
So, what are these bones and what do they do?
Who's your daddy and what does he do?
Yeah, what are your bones and what do they do?
I regret so much right now.
Who is your daddy? What does he do?
What does he do?
The bones.
What are the bones? What do the bones do?
Or it's like Brad Pitt. What's in the bones?
I'm not sorry at all.
To the bone.
I'm not sorry at all. I'm so happy to be here.
All right, bones. Back where we are. Yep, sure, bones. Are these human
Yes,
bones, by the way? Are they animal
Of
bones?
course, they're human bones.
That's yeah, that's totally
Of course
tracks.
they're human
Um,
bones.
I know when you're talking about like the guy here, like I got like this like Terminator vibe from him the first time we were talking about. It's
Really?
kinda funny
Why?
that- because and that's funny that you brought up like the whole who is your daddy part because
Yeah.
first I was thinking it's like where's Sarah Connor like
Where is Perdita?
I should have him walk out naked,
Totally.
like he did in that movie. I need your jacket.
Shoot him in the dick.
I need your clothes, motorcycle.
All right, bones. Viciousness. Yes, this all came about.
We've never
as we
been
tried to
off
show
this
viciousness.
rail so much. I love it. It's
so
great.
vicious.
It's because Lynn's not here to keep us on track.
Yeah.
Apparently.
That's Lynn.
She'd
We
be
need
doing
you.
something
Come
really
back.
Yeah.
scary right now.
This is
That's
what
true.
happened. Yeah, exactly.
This is what happens when the cat's away, as
Yeah.
they say.
Take the scary
Um,
factor away, and we're just fumble fucking through it.
Yep. Amazing.
All right, bones.
So-
Literally crying.
Yeah, we're all literally crying. Except Nate. Nate's just like, what the fuck is happening?
It's just like I'm just a narrator, bro.
Yeah,
like
Yeah. So there are bones, and she wears them. And I'm really sorry for bringing that up, but
amazing. I'm so
Anyway.
happy about it.
Anyway, they're sewn into her tactical vest because she like uses them when she's praying, and it's part of her like ancestor worship and the deity worship that she does. It's like these are people that she's killed, and these are things that she feels responsible for, so she keeps their bones on her. So anyway, she has like the bones of probably like hundreds of people sewn into her tactical vest. So anyway, she's wearing bones. But as this, is this about the harm? Like
I don't know what it's
viciousness?
about anymore. Honestly, we've
viciousness
been on a
of the
path that
trauma.
I'm not.
I love
I'm
it.
not for
Let's
sure what's.
go.
I like it. I'm just not for
I
sure
love
what
it.
it is.
Viciousness of the trauma. Okay,
Yeah,
got
vicious.
it.
That's yeah. And then we got on bones. I don't. Okay.
I don't know. Josh just said something in chat, and I can't read it because I'm on my iPad.
No,
And
you're good.
anyway, the viciousness comes from her pulling like a zip line or something on her vest, all of the bones falling to the ground, and her like sticking them in the dirt and like maintaining eye contact with the warden the whole time, of like planting these, like the rage in her face and the rage in her hands as she's digging these bones into the ground, as if something that's completely beyond the pale is about to happen.
Absolutely.
And like just absolute rage emanating from her.
Okay.
And just how fucking surreal the whole thing looks.
Yeah.
Like there was like finger bones falling from her like person, like all these fucking bones just appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah, I think the
burying
shot is like on the ground as all these bones start to fall.
Yeah.
And looks up from the ground and sees little small bones, big bones, everything's kind of falling off Perdita onto the ground and like being pushed into the ground one by one in this rage-inducing like miasma, basically.
It is like, I just imagine that like her hands get like bloodied.
Oh
like
yeah.
the tips of her fingers get bloodied as she's like,
Yeah.
and like she's expressionless, and it's just, it's every horrific feeling she'd ever felt in her life was like on the surface in that one moment.
Okay. That's absolutely happening.
That's why there are bones, Josh. God.
And in this essay, I will
circle it back. All right. So basically he's pinned you made your you were able to keep concentration with the attune. So he's pushed back as you show this rage, and this is kind of as you still mumble and chant and say the words of power that are able to continue this forward. Whether they're from an old god, whether they're from a demon, who knows at this point, but they're definitely there. So let's get a group roll to see if we can get you all out of here.
I was gonna ask, is he chasing us?
He is not, but he will be. So what kind of group, you have a clear exit out, a way out. How do you what do you want to do? A group roll of some kind to see how we can get out. What is that we're going to use, and who is going to lead this group roll?
I'm gonna ask for Teddy to lead it because he's gonna say, "Look, I'll lay down some cover fire. I've been meaning to pack some electroplasmic ammunition. Might as well use it on our friend here. And I'll lay down some cover fire, and then when you guys are out of sight, I'll jet. Is everyone alive? Okay, so to speak."
Yeah, I think the first one of their feet is Lavender, and she's kind of running at. I think that's what snaps you back into current, Perdita, is Lavender pulling at the back of your vest. And I think, what does she call you in that moment that like snaps you out?
What would Lavender call her? Probably like mama or something that's like not ever been uttered.
Right. Yeah. That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to say. Okay. So how this is framed back is the camera shoots back to a time a long time ago when Lavender was a baby, and Perdita is having a one-on-one moment with Lavender, like holding her as a very small child, and basically introduces yourself as Mama. Or singing a little song, or there's something that plays through there where those words are uttered, and they hadn't been uttered since. It's not how you raised her. That's not how she kind of wanted to be raised, or he's shown the intention to raise. But those words from that song are what snap you back, and you're able to turn around and see that she is probably cut or disheveled, but not hurt and harmed or anyway. And you know that shouldn't be possible with as you look at it. So something else had to have been watching after her, but definitely you come back to, and she's the image that kind of focuses you back to where you should be now. So what do y'all want to do? How are you going to get out of here?
Teddy wanted to lead the way.
Yep, but you all can choose what you're going to roll. So you all roll the same thing. Highest result wins. Are you all going to try to?
We do have to all roll the same thing.
Yes, in a group roll, you all have to roll the same thing, but your highest person, the highest of all the rolls, gets through. Is this like Is this a survey?
Or I mean, if it's a study or a tinker, then like, I'm doing great. But if it's
Yeah, I was gonna argue survey, because this is about getting the fuck out of Dodge. Unless we have a clear path out already.
Avanti, what do you think? I think everyone's on edge. Everyone's on the top of their stress, and no one's really thinking all the way correctly.
Certainly, it's all instinct at this point for Teddy. But that's his wheelhouse.
Right,
though,
unless
so
you
this
all
is fine.
want to roll individually and tell me how you do individually, that's fine. Let's do it that. It doesn't look like one way is going to work for all three of you, so that's fine. Let's roll individual level. What do you want to roll to get out of here?
fine doing survey.
Okay, go ahead and roll survey then.
I'll take the stress on it. Got a 5.
5. Okay. Teddy, what are you rolling?
Survey as well.
Okay, roll with an extra die for your electroplasmic ammo as you try to push back on, as you give yourself more time. Okay, look at that.
Yeah,
Extra
buddy.
die,
And
What?
then
baby. What?
Avanti,
Where is Lavender's taken care of at this point?
there she is taken care of. Yes, she's with Perdita, so Perdita can get her out.
Okay. God. All my rolls are going to suck in this instance.
I mean, is this just like a finesse to get out? Is this
I mean, either any of these is about the same for me, honestly.
what do you have pips in? And do you have any items that could help you?
I mean, I think honestly, Proud would probably work for we're getting around these obstacles to get out of here.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially after I'm just crawling out from under one of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So sort of like limping out from.
Do you have an item that would give you an extra die or anything?
I don't think I do. Not in this case, I don't believe.
God, actually, that ammunition was so clutch. Jesus Christ.
Man,
That's terrifying.
I have 2 pips in Proud. I should be fine.
That's
Okay.
what I was gonna say about survey. So I'm just saying.
Let's see what happens.
That was,
then.
that was like my long look at the camera, like.
Yeah, right. Ba-da.
Narrator voice.
What?
He did not.
Hey,
Yes.
hey.
All right. So
Dude,
with
it was really weird because in roll 20, it didn't. It showed just the comma for a second. I was like, "Is that is just 0? Like, what the fuck
Is
just
this a
happened?"
failure?
his always does that for me. So I always have
Really?
to wait another 5 to 10 seconds to
That's
see
really
Josh's
interesting.
rolls.
Might be because I have the
Amazing.
base turned on or something.
Maybe.
I don't know. Something it hits and then it waits.
It's
and then it
possessed,
goes.
just like no.
But hey, okay. So basically, you're able to make your way out. I think that Avanti, you're able to crawl through some gaps in where actually the tower is kind of leaned over onto the wall, and you're able to scale that and go over top. And then Teddy and Perdita, you're able to look to see where some dangerous is and kind of get around the blocks and the stones and everything to get on your way out. I think that's where we're going to leave it all as a walk away to this episode, and then we're going to pick back up next time in downtime. So as we exit,
Did anyone get Nell?
Nell left early.
Oh,
You saying that in character?
they did.
Yeah. So one of the first actions that happened, Nell left. So
Yeah.
Nell is not in here that you all have seen.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we don't have to go recover a body.
Nope, you're good. Well,
Yeah, I think if you ask that in character, I think Teddy would say I tried, and then she tried to kill me, and so I shot her, and then she floated up onto the side of the building and fucked off. So That was an interesting experience.
All right. Anything, any last actions or anything you want to do kind of on the way out of here?
Do I still like on the way out? Do I if I oh, part of the reason why even though the idea was to lay cover fire, I would have tried to just experimentally, out of sheer curiosity, take a shot at the warden.
On the warden or the gun? I was expecting the gun.
He's got a new gun. He don't give a fuck about that. That's not his gun no more.
Yeah, but who's attached to that gun? Probably.
Well, if he caught a look, that would be one thing. Would he have caught a look?
Absolutely would have caught a look.
Okay, then who? Give it to me. If that's the case,
who do you think it is?
I think there's actually two people in mind actually. One is my old rival that I created, and the other is our new friend that betrayed us. So I don't know which one I would want it to be.
It is. Would you like to know?
I would like to know.
It is 100% Genevieve, your rival. I think what happens is you are able to, as you're scurrying out, you look back and the light hits as she has leaned forward out of the sniper's tower, and is looking in your, kind of looking down and seeing what all she can see. And you see her hair kind of float down. You know that's 100% Genevieve that was taking a shot at you.
Oh, in that case, if like on the way out, if there's eye contact, just looks up at her with a grin and sort of just in, not like ASL, but like just mouths, "Don't worry, I'll find you."
So I think what happens is you're scanning. You're able to make your way out first. You're taking your rifle and you're scanning the ledges and scanning everything. And you scan up to that tower and you see her through the scope scanning back at you.
Yeah.
And you look, you know that as you look, she does not have her finger on the trigger. She has her finger beside it, holding it. And so this interaction happens between the scopes of both rifles.
Perfect. And just to give you some insight, because she shot him. She shot at him. She didn't shoot him though.
She shot Nell.
She shot Nell, right?
She was the one that shot Nell.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. That's what I needed to double check.
Yep.
That caused all the chaos, right? Which is brilliant. I think it's like that John Wick, like me seeing you, like it's he just has a grin on his face. He's excited.
Yep. And you that's the impression you get from her side as well. All right, Avanti, anything from you?
Love that.
I don't think so. I think he just feels satisfied that he did what little part he could to make sure that Purdy and Lavender had their little reunion. So he's sort of probably limping on behind them at this point because he got hurt pretty bad.
Yeah, I think you're kind of limping behind, but in front of you is Purdy and Lavender in a hushed conversation of some kind. And maybe in your head you imagine whatever the conversation you want it to be. You can't hear it, but you imagine it to be, and you're kind of like, yeah, I did that. I helped, I made sure this happened.
Yay!
And it could. There's a little bit of energy that comes back into you because of that. You're like, hey, I see my actions. I see what good I can actually do. Like, this is a real world application of good, and I did that. You know what I'm saying? I did that. And that definitely is there.
Yeah, I mean, considering all the bad he's done in the past, this is probably like really one of his first real like selfless moments, I think. Yeah, I think that there's that definitely going through your mind, but also going through your mind is I've changed. Like this is where I'm at now, and I'm good with that. Like I'm good with where I am now, and I think that's super important to be for him in his head to realize. Yes, I've done whatever,
but that's not where I am now. I'm right here now, and that this shot kind of frames that.
Yeah, it feels like you throughout your life you're always all different kinds of people. You know,
Mhm.
you never stay the same. But if he can move forward with this new thought, he just has to remember all the people he used to be in the past.
Yeah. All right. And Purdy, where are you at?
Purdy is walking with Lavender, and she will hand her something, and then turn back and look at Avanti, seeing him struggling to like walk, clearly injured. She'll quickly go through her pockets, pull out some things, take them over to him very quickly, and just like shove them in his pockets, and just say like, "I see you're hurt. Take these when you get home, brew some tea, blah, blah, blah," like giving him instructions on how to use things.
Mhm.
And then she'll like probably grab him by like the face and just like look him like dead in the eye and just be like, "I'm really glad you're okay." And then immediately let him go and go back to Lavender.
Okay.
Clasping Lavender's hands, they'll start to chant quickly. Where are we? Are we outside?
Yeah, this is happening on the walk, basically outside
Gotcha.
of Iron Hook, kind of back into the city proper.
So we're outside of Iron Hook.
Yes, you're absolutely out. There's some hovels and some lower places that are all along the east side there of Iron Hook, and you're kind of walking your way through those little alleyways and nooks to where you can cross the river and one of the river edges and get back in to one of the other wards.
Yeah, so we'll take that little alleyway that we're in, and that's when we'll clasp hands and start to chant. And I like to roll for something.
Okay, I'm never going to tell you not to roll or something.
I'm gonna wreck something.
What is this, a tabletop RPG?
Oh, is that okay? We roll for things. What is the?
I got a
what-
6, so I want to create a sinkhole in the middle of Iron Hook Prison.
Oh, okay.
All right.
That's
Where my bones are.
Yeah,
buried,
that's exactly what I was
wanna
going to say.
create-
So that's the last
that's
shot.
amazing.
As you all are chanting, as you all are chanting, and the words of power kind of reverberate through the earth itself, and there is the bones. The camera shot then frames back to those bones, and they start to shake a little bit, and then one by one they get kind of sucked down into the earth. As this whole thing starts circling, as these bones get sucked down, all the ground around them starts getting sucked down, sucked down, sucked down. And it begins this like almost like the reverse cyclone of what you held in your hand is now in the ground, sucking down into the earth.
Outstanding.
And the camera pans down into that blackness, and that's where we're going to cut the episode.
Hold on, I gotta do. There's
okay,
one
okay,
little
okay,
thing.
okay.
One little thing. So because I don't want to forget. In 2 weeks. So because Teddy's a good bit behind them because he was laying on like that cover fire.
Mhm.
And as soon as they turn into a probably album number 3 of whatever that will be. You were so good. You were amazing. Couldn't have done it without you, buddy. And like gives him a treat. Just go switch. Hopefully nobody saw that. And then he continues, and then when he meets up with everyone. So we have a bit of an escalation point to talk about. Because for some reason, my dear friend was one that shot Nell. Which I must say is very rude. Why wouldn't you just shoot me? But
Didn't you shoot Nell too, though? So how should we feel about
that was after it's complicated. That she was dead, and then she wasn't, and then she tried to choke me, and then lunged at me, and then I shot her because I did not want to be,
So you're saying
hurted.
we need to go pay a visit, yes?
I mean, I don't actually know, and I feel like that's when like.
Yeah.
Right.
What was that? And then I think that's perfect. Like,
All right,
right in the
and
middle of that.
Avanti, you had something?
Yeah, and it's gonna be before this happened.
Sure.
Preferably. like right after Perdita like lets go of his face, he sort of like looks after her as she moves away quickly, and he wants to take a look down at Lavender and sort of like lock eyes, and I just want to like see what her expression is back from that.
Oh, cool.
You're looking for the expression from Lavender from when Purdy came up and grabbed you by the face and thanked you?
It's a culmination of that and just everything that's transpired. Like, I'm doing the D&D insight check thing, I guess
Okay.
we'll call it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
just
what do
sort
you...
of trying
What's
to read her.
Lavender's vibe on
Right.
Avanti is what you're looking for.
On the
So-
whole, on Avanti, the whole situation.
Yeah.
like,
So I think before, Lavender basically only had eyes for Perdita. Like, I don't know that she's ever actually spoken to anybody else except when they spoke to her.
Sure.
And she never really, it's like you all didn't really exist. You were just ancillary. But I definitely think that there's a moment when Perdita, before they go into the alleyway and start chanting as you're standing there, Lavender turns to you and kind of does the slow like head nod acknowledgement of like, I see what you did. Not thanking you, but I see what you did, and it's it's like it's an
note.
acknowledgement.
I
right.
think she would thank him.
Yeah, and I mean,
I think she would.
you think so?
I think she would. I mean, I don't think she would be like, "Oh my god, you're like my new favorite
Yeah,
person
yeah,
ever.
Yeah.
Let's draw
Yeah.
unicorns." But I think she would definitely be like, she would acknowledge that he
Yeah.
risked his own safety for her.
I think Josh, the player here, is more curious, like how much humanity is really in this child.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, now that's a question and a half, now, isn't it?
Let's unpack it.
there is definitely humanity in the child. There's definitely humanity in the child. Now, what was once the rigors of like scientific method that Perdita followed, like that's where your thought process was before, like, oh, she's been trained to, don't do this, do this, do this, but that's not really, it's really actually her nature. But there's definitely humanity in there.
Okay.
Anything else before we wrap up? No?
What a good time, guys.
It was a good time. It was a good time.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us tonight for the end of this score. Again, we're going to go around and see who we are, do a few announcements, things like that as we leave. We will be jumping in here in 2 weeks, back in downtime, with Nell and Lynn back. With Lynn
Hell
back.
yeah.
With
I was gonna say, I was like, ooh,
with
interesting.
Lynn back. And
Nell
we'll see.
optional.
We'll see where we
No,
go
optional.
from there, but Lynn will definitely be back, and we'll be playing playing someone. So can't wait to see how that happens.
Whoa.
Do we need to
And-
unpack that, Nate?
Yeah,
No, there'll be no unpacking.
Inside
Moving
check
on.
on Nate.
Moving on, and we'll see where we go from there. But it will be
Right.
it'll be a fun downtime for sure. So can't wait to have you
Yeah.
back again. I'm Nathan, and I've been your narrator for this evening. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for hanging out with us. If you're on YouTube or wherever, just thanks for being here. We appreciate playing for you all and kind of getting to hang out for a little bit. So it's been fun.
For sure. Hannah, you want to go first?
I am Hannah. Thank you for being here. You can find me on Twitter at Stop That Old Woman. It was a lot funnier when I was playing Fritter and she was an old woman, but
Stop that! Stop that woman with that has your bones.
yeah. Thanks for playing with us.
Indeed. Josh on the ones and twos.
On the ones and twos. I'm not really sure what that means.
It's a DJ thing because you're running tech right
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like I said at the beginning of this, like bold of you to assume that I'm a pro producer.
now.
My name's Josh again. So you can find me at Saverick on Twitter. This is really all I'm doing right now. So yeah,
Hired a man.
yeah, that's it.
Nate.
Once again, I'm Nathan, he, him pronouns, and I'm on Twitter at Not Another Nate, Discord, Not Another Nathan, places like that, but not a big deal. It's the only stream game I'm currently playing in, and then after this, going to start working on a few hacks, including Blades in the Dark hack and some other things like that. So some cool stuff coming up, but for right now, this is what I do.
Yeah. And I have been Jacob Plick, Duval King Jacob on the internet, he, him pronouns. And yeah, back here on Wednesday for Duval's Gaming Journey. Pokemon has been super duper fun. Got a new game coming up pretty soon. So come on in and hang out, and maybe we'll have a poll about what that's going to be next. There's actually some really cool stuff happening this weekend. It's not announced yet, but I'm going to say it anyway because it's happening. Because I'm running the damn game at 11ish, noon. I think it's noon. Over on Paradise Pro, as part of the Jasper's Game Day in Paradise, I'll be running a level 20 D&D 5e adventure called the Vault of Creation. It will be a lot, and I'm really excited. There will be a lot of incentives to blow that level 20 game up, so let's do it. And as well as on Sunday evening, Duval and Dragons, because I don't know how to stop as we continue into the third year of Duval and the Dragons, which is absolutely incredible, over on twitch.tv/SoManyGames. And of course, follow the Amphitheater on Twitch and Twitter for what's all the goings-ons, any ad hoc streams that we might do, as well as we always like to remind you before we get out of here that Black Lives Matter, stop AAPI hate, trans rights are motherfucking human rights. If you don't have a uterus, you don't get to tell people what to do with theirs. And when you have the opportunity to choose love and make sure to drink water and take care of yourself. Hannah, what is the rage that you are feeling, and what are you going to tell us about?
So here's my thing, is that in this community, we have people who've been here for a hot minute. Josh and I, we've been here God, man, we've been friends for 5 years, 6 years at this point.
At least,
Holy crap. So being in this community means we've seen a crap ton of shit happen to people over time, and the patterns repeat. The same kind of shit keeps happening, and it's trash. If you are going to exploit your position in this community for some weird fucking end that's clearly outside the pale of expectation, that's just not gonna fly, and it's not gonna work, and no one's here for that shit. And I hate when people in general, but especially in this predominantly online space where we have to just accept a certain level of trust in our dynamics, especially when we're doing emotional things in games and all kinds of stuff. I hate when someone exploits that and people get hurt, and that's not acceptable for us. And as a platform, and as content creators, as participants within the tabletop community, that's trash, you're trash, and we're not here for that.
And we will find you and destroy you.
And also, fuck Donald Trump.
Also, fuck Donald Trump. Very, very good. Good stuff. Well, with that, we really need a name for that segment. Like Hannah's something minute. Hannah's hot minute. I don't know. We'll workshop it. It's fine. We'll figure it out. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna raid one Somatic Games. We're playing some Call of Cthulhu. So of course, mature themes anticipated. Probably some body horror. Ryan will probably kill somebody. Probably. So that should be a good time. So again, don't forget to take care of yourself. Thank you for being here as always, and we'll see you very soon. Peace.